everybody, welcome to another Rick's Picks. Today I'm going to be doing my review of Boom, Dial Tone from the G.I. Joe Classified series by Hasbro. Now, so far I've been liking a lot of these figures. I know Dial Tone for a lot of people isn't one of your first Joes to get because he's not really a military person. He's more of a computer expert. And that's what I like about the original Joe line and even the Classified line is the factor that not everybody had to be that super, Joe, that super, what's the word I'm trying to look for? Like combat, expert. They had different, levels to them. They had your communications experts, your doctors, your field doctors, your tech guys. And that's what always made G.I. Joe neat to me because they had all the different ranks and classifications opposed to just a bunch of warriors going out and, shooting each other up. So Dial Tone definitely fits in that category. So without any further ado, roll that intro. All right, so here he is in packaging. You got your standard classified packaging. So you got G.I. Joe in the top corner, his name, open window where you can see him, all his accessories, G.I. Joe Classified, your choking hazard, age restriction, and also your Hasbro logo. Around this side, get a picture of him. He looks pretty cool. It's an alright picture of the guy. G.I. Joe and his number. Come around the back here. You have his symbol here on the back of his backpack, that looks like, or maybe on his shoulder. You get his tech gear there. And then you get this really cool picture of him with something behind him. I'm not exactly sure what that is. You also got Leatherneck behind him as well, so that's pretty cool. Then you get your legal underneath. Come around to this side. You got your stats and your QR code. All right, up top, you got your Joe Star and his number. And underneath, you got your legal. So, with all that being said, let's open him up and see what he's about. All right, so here he is out of packaging. Like always, the first thing we're going to do is go through his points of articulation. So, the head does move. All right. You got a shoulder joint with a swivel. You have a elbow joint and a wrist joint. All right. Get this other arm up. You do have a joint underneath the ribs. It does work a little bit. The vest kind of hinders it a little, but not much. You got a swivel at the belt line. You got a thigh joint with a swivel, a knee joint. All right. And you should have a swivel at the top of the boot. And also an ankle joint. So everything moves pretty well on him. I don't have any issues with any of his joints. So now let's start getting into his finer details. And like always, once again, we're going to start with the head sculpt. I like this head sculpt. I think that looks really good. All right. I like the detail to it. And come around to this side here. I like the factor that they give him an earpiece. That's pretty cool. And it actually goes down to his neck. So if you move the head out of the way, you can actually see the earpiece goes all the way down to his neck. So I like that nice detail to him. That's pretty cool. All right. Now you start getting into the body here. And this piece is not a solid piece on his jacket. It's actually a loose piece with the grenades on it and what have you. He has a little holster for his little iPad. He has the green knee pads and boots. So overall, he isn't that bad looking. Come around to this side. You can see a radio strapped to his thigh there. It would have been nice if the radio could actually come out of the holster instead of being molded in. So, I noticed they've been doing more and more stuff like that. All right, bring this arm down. He has some sort of little pouch there on his bicep, and he has some sort of, looks like a tool kit, which you can see like Allen wrenches, small, wrenches and stuff like that. So it looks like some sort of small tool kit. All right, come around to the back. Not a whole lot going on there. Come around to this side here. Bring this arm down. You got his badge there, his insignia, and his watch. All right. Boom. So overall, he isn't a bad-looking figure. Now I want to get into his accessories. So first off, he has his iconic beret. All right. He has this little iPad here, probably used for hacking and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. All right. He comes with a knife. All right. He comes with some sort of sound gun. I'm not exactly sure what this is meant to be, but it does look kind of cool. There it is from the front. Like that. He comes with an assault rifle. All right. And the clip does come out. All right. And he also comes with his iconic backpack. Now, I like how they did this. Okay. So let's take a really good look at this. So you can see here that they have some sort of back brace on there for him, which is pretty nice. They have some sort of bag pouching system on there. So there's a bunch of pouches and stuff like that on there. I guess this is other gears and cameras and what have you. So I really do like how they did up his pack. So now let's start going through all of his stuff and putting it on him. So, boom. Your beret fits nicely on him. No issues. Let's give him a nice rotation with the beret on. All right. And there we go. Next, we're going to do the knife and the pad. Oops. So, knife in this hand. No issues. Then get the pad in this hand. All right. So both of those things fit very well in his hands, no problem. And the pad, you lift this arm up, should just slide right in here. All right. And then the knife slides right into this boot case. All right. So there you go. You can see that in its spot. And the knife down below in its spot. Now, while we got him like this, let's put his backpack on. Spin that around so the hole will line up. All right. There we go. The backpack is now on. All right. Bring them back around this way. And put this piece eventually where it belongs. This is actually more of an eyepiece. The original figure, it was a mouthpiece, but it looks like this is more designed to be an eyepiece, which is kind of interesting. I guess it's for spying on enemy and looking into tech or what have you. Because like I said, with the original one, it was actually a mouthpiece. So, find that interesting. Now let's get into its final two weapons. So the sound machine here. Now, what this might actually be is for something that spies use to listen in on enemy and faraway targets. So I'm guessing that's what that is. And then his rifle can sit in this hand. All Alright, just like that. Stay on there. There we go. Now it looks like, if I'm looking at that right, it might be a spot for his pad here. If it would go in. There it goes. Yeah. So, and I'm sorry, that's not a pad. That's actually a phone, because I can see the cameras on the phone there. So yeah, if you want to hook on his phone right onto the gun, you can do that too. I guess he can use that for, spying on enemies. Might even link the gun to his phone for targeting too. So, whatever your imagination wants to do with it. So overall, everything fits well with him. So let's get into my final thoughts of them. So first off, all his joints seem to move pretty good. No issues with any of that. All his accessories fit fine on him, whether it's backpack, hats, gear, and what have you. And overall, I do think he's a pretty good looking figure. So would I recommend him? Yes, I would actually. I think he's a great figure. I think that they did put some real work into him, especially his pack. I like the extra details and thought put into it, to the factor where you can see the back brace on it. You can see how the all the pouches are part of a leather piece that goes around the actual, mechanical pack itself. They changed this piece from a mouthpiece to an eyepiece, so that kind of works. I like how his cell phone can also fit into the rifle like that. I think that's a pretty neat detail and extra thing that they did with it. And also his sound gun. So overall, yeah, I really do think that this is a really good figure. I like everything that they did with him, and I think he'd be a great addition to your Joe collection. So with that being said, first thing I want to do is give a shout out to everybody who supports this channel. First on that list is Byron Bassett and his alter ego Humongous. He does a lot to help out the channel, and he's been a big supporter of the channel for some time now. He has his own YouTube channel and show that he does every Sunday, so go ahead and check that out in my description. Next on my list is Action Figure Geeks. They're a Reddit channel that I am part of. They are also a supporter of this channel. Their info is there as well. And my good friend Joe Goddard. He's been a big supporter of this channel for some time now. He just started his own YouTube channel. So go ahead and check out his information down there as well. And most importantly, all of you, everybody who likes, shares, comments, becomes members, watches my videos to the end. I really appreciate all of you, because without you guys, this channel wouldn't be what it is today. And I thank you guys a lot. Plus, I also want to ask everybody to check out my G.I. Joe playlist and my membership program. Plus, hit that like, share, and subscribe. They're all small clicks for you, but, it really helps this channel grow. So until the next one, late.